Ladies and gentlemen, what is up? I hope you're having a fantastic day. I know I am, because I am extremely excited to finally be back on the official Call of Duty mobile YouTube channel. And today I'm bringing you my top 5 guns for this season. Now, when you hear me say that, a couple different weapons probably pop into your brain, and I'm extremely interested in what you guys think. So right now, go into the comment section below and type up your top 5 favorite weapons, and then at the end of the video you can actually compare them to mine. And how this video is going to work is I'm going to show you a class setup, and then I'm going to show you a little bit of gameplay and talk behind it and explain how to use this weapon and what its strengths and weaknesses are. So before we get into that, I want to give a huge shout out to the Call of Duty mobile team for inviting me to take part in their player content series. And I want to give a shout out to you guys for watching and enjoying it. If you guys want to check out more of my content, you can just search up Godzly. Should be the first channel that comes up. I do videos very similar to this. So for number 5, we have the QQ9. I love this SMG. It's my favorite of all time. Not my favorite in the current meta. I'll actually mention my favorite when we get more into the list. But when you think of a submachine gun, you should be thinking of the QQ9. It's the standard definition of what you want and need when you use a gun like this. It has a very fast fire rate, 105 mobility. Anything with over 100 mobility is going to be extremely good. It also has great damage at close and medium range. So those 3 factors combined make this gun a top 5 weapon in the meta right now. So that is my QQ9 class setup, and of course it's an SMG, so you want to play close quarters, you want to play smart, stay inside of those buildings, and just don't run out in the middle of the map. So let's move on to number 4 on our list. So here we have the ASVAL, and this is actually our only assault rifle, and the reason that this is able to stay in the top 5 is because of its fire rate and its damage. That combination on any gun is extremely good, especially in this meta right now. Maybe not in the past where we saw the DRH and the ASM-10 where they were 3 shots but they didn't have much mobility and they kind of had a slow fire rate. But what I love about COD Mobile is that it changes so often, and we see so many different variables and weapons and strategies being used. Love the ASVAL. You guys should try it out for yourself. I'm sure you will enjoy using it as much as I do. So let's move on to number 3. Here we have the HOLGER, and this one is a little bit iffy. It could be placed higher depending on your team composition, what guns your teammates are using and running, and also what map you're playing on, because this is an LMG, but it kind of acts like an assault rifle. It has a very high movement speed for an LMG. It has 71, also has very little recoil, good fire rate, good damage. All around is just a very strong gun. It used to be even stronger. It just actually got nerfed a little bit. If that nerf didn't happen, I think at one point it was probably the best gun ever released in COD Mobile. I mean, it's an LMG that acts like an SMG/AR hybrid. The best way to play with the HOLGER is to kind of sit back a little bit. Don't camp. You can just hold angles with it and wait for enemies to approach you, because it also does have really good wall penetration. So if you can sit back, play a little bit slower, and listen for enemies and hear them coming, you can just spray through a wall, get a couple hits before they actually peek you, and then you're guaranteed to get that kill. So try that out, switch your playstyle a little bit, and I'm sure you will love this gun. And number 2, we have the BISON, and I'm sure this is what a lot of you guys typed in the comments at the start of the video for one of the weapons that should be on this list. This gun is a beast. It has a 64 round mag, meaning it almost has as much as like a default LMG mag, which is kind of mind-blowing for the fact that it's an SMG with 108 mobility. So 64 round mag, 0 recoil. It's so easy to control, and also its strafe speed when you're aimed down sights is kind of crazy too. You can just go back and forth and run circles around people while holding the fire button. There's multiple ways you can play with it. You can take range gunfights, you can take close range gunfights. Overall, extremely strong weapon, and you could actually interchange it with the number 1 on this list depending on what map you're playing. So we're actually going to move on to number 1 on that note. It's the MX9. Now this is kind of a little bit of a newer SMG that is starting to finally come into the spotlight. I feel like ever since it released, it deserved it, but it just took a little bit for people to actually get used to this weapon and just feel how strong it is. It's also another one of those guns with very little recoil. This also has an extremely fast fire rate and high mobility, and of course that sounds similar to the BISON. The BISON is better at range, I think, especially with its magazine, but this destroys the BISON. When you get in close combat, MX9 against the BISON, I'm I'm going to put my money on the MX-9 any day of the week, and that's why I think it deserves #1 on this list. So let me know if you guys agree with me in the comment section below. That's the end of today's video. Again, I want to thank the Call of Duty Mobile team. I love you guys. I love everyone watching. Remember to click the like button, subscribe if you have not already, and I'll see you guys again. Make sure to check out my channel. Have a good one.